Hey guys, it's Cream from the research team at Canterbury Hills, back with another cool science experiment that you guys can try at home. So if you picked up your care package, we have included all of the necessary ingredients or materials that you will need. So in the packages, there will be 2 red Skittles, 4 orange Skittles, 6 yellow Skittles, 8 green Skittles, and we have used 10 purple Skittles. So the first step of this experiment, it's called the rainbow in a glass. The very first step is to just simply take every Skittle and put it in a small cup of water. The color off of the Skittle will dissolve pretty easily, like within under a minute. But you can go ahead and stir it around a couple times just to make sure that it really gets absorbed in the water. And so I'm stirring the red right now, and it is completely red. I will go for the orange next. And you just want to make sure all of the colors mixing in and none of the coating from the Skittle is on the bottom of your little cup that you're holding the Skittles in. Yellow is all mixed in. Green is all mixed in now, and they should progressively get thicker and thicker. So the color should get red is pretty light. We only have 2 red, and we have 10 purple in one glass. Right now the color's all at the bottom, so I'll stir it all in so you can see. So this is going to be the difference between 2 red and 10 purple. It's definitely a lot more noticeable. So you can go ahead and let these sit for about 10 minutes. That's what I've done so far. But just to be sure, I'm going to let it sit for a couple more minutes, and then I will come back to you guys and show you how to actually place it into the glass. This will be the glass that I'm using. So I'll be starting with purple, then I'll go to green, yellow, orange, and then red, and you'll have a progressive rainbow going up your glass that you can drink after, and it tastes delicious. As a side note to this sort of failed experiment, I am going to let it sit for an hour and just kind of see if purple will float to the bottom and the colors will progressively sort of stack up and get a little bit more visible to see if our experiment will work. The very first time I did try it, I actually used a full glass of water, and it was too much liquid. I found that about a quarter of the cup of water is more concentrated with the Skittles, with the color and everything like that. And there was a better difference this time around. It was a little bit more improved, but still purple has taken over and has completely absorbed all of the colors. And our final color, red, has just made purple even darker. So I'm gonna let this sit for about an hour and just see if the colors level out, and then I will get back to you guys. Alright guys, so I've let the colors soak off the Skittles into the water a little bit more. It's a little bit more absorbed now. So our next step is going to be to attempt to go from the darkest color, the thickest liquid, and start by using that as a base for our rainbow. So with your dropper at home, for the first one, it doesn't really matter if you use the dropper or not, because it is the base. You're not mixing it with another fluid. So you can just go ahead and pour this in. Make sure you don't get any of the Skittles in. And I've also found what works best is not using too much water. So it's all right if that's how much water you have for now, as the base for your rainbow. Our next one will be green. So I am going to use a dropper for this and see if I can have green stay level with purple, without it mixing together or purple taking over or anything like that. And if you guys can do this properly at home, make sure you send us a picture, because this is my 3rd attempt now and it is very hard to do. But yeah, so I will get started again. So all I'm going to do is use my big dropper, take most of the fluid, and just carefully yeah, doesn't work at all, but I'm still gonna keep going. just so you guys can kind of understand how to do the experiment when you're doing it at home, trying it for yourself. So I'm taking the green right now and I'm hovering just above the purple. I don't want the water droplets to splash too much in the water. And just slowly putting it in. For me, it just seems that purple will continue to mix with the green and take over, but that's all right. I'm going to do the rest of the colors, and then we will examine the final product. And if it doesn't work out, at least you guys have a cool drink at home to taste. So orange is our next. I can see a little bit of separation at the top. I see yellow kind of floating at the top a little bit around the edges. I don't know if you guys can really see that there. A lot of the Skittle has actually stuck to the glass now. But I have a feeling that if I let this sit for maybe an hour or so after all of the fluids are in, it could possibly level out. I hope. But if this doesn't work, then that'll be my next step and I will try that. So orange is now our next after yellow. So I will go ahead and put this in now. And again, you just want to do it very slowly so that the colors don't mix, even though they are, which is totally fine. Okay. And so orange has gone straight to the bottom, just like I expected. I'm going to do the final one, which is going to be red now. So I have red in the dropper. And I'm going to add it. And it's just going to make the purple look way darker. So sometimes our science experiments don't work at home, but this doesn't stop you from trying it at home if you guys are still interested. And if you guys can get this to work at home, please do send Canterbury some of these photos so that we can post them. And if it doesn't work for you, at least you have a really cool drink to taste.